Let me open the record. I forget. We recorded. Okay. So this time, am I recorded? Yeah. Okay. So hide something. Cam. Hey, wait a minute. Just help me to allow participant if anyone come in. I may not check. Okay, let's get started. This is the first page. Well, first thing, I got a very quick introduction about 3D modeling, not about myself. I think about myself, I already posted in the last video that I share broadcast, so should be fine. My history is not important in this case. We just go into the excuse me, to the point. So today, this model, this is called sculpting that we are not going to talk about, because if you want to learn this, it's not going to 1 or 2 hours. It might be 200 hours over. Okay, but for this kind of 3D models, let me get the laser pen. Laser point. Like this kind of models is called sculpture, that you need an artist skill, and normally you can create by Blender or ZBrush. That tutorial mostly you can find from YouTube also. If you want to learn it, it's for free as anyway. Okay, so still this is not our talk with what we're talking about, but this gun here is possible. After this tutorial you can make yourself. Suitable or not is depend on your mindset lah. It's I'm not going to say about how workable, but let's talk about what 3D model I'm really talking about today. I'm talking about engineering parts. Okay, let me mute some. I hear some echo. So, okay, engineering part like this one. Let's say this one is a prosthetic arm, like robot arm is makeable after today's tutorial. You can use a very basic feature or skill, then you can create some model like that, very complicated, so look like very complicated, but not really that complicated. Okay. Also something like this one. This is one of the very famous models on 3D on YouTube. It's called Marble Machine X. You will run all the marbles here. Someone on there actually managed to use Fusion 360 to make this more than 1,000 parts in this sketch. Okay. So, and also what other thing is like hobbies and props, like this gun. Just now I put some time lapse in the screen. That is making the guns from the Fusion 360. Actually, you all just need to use a very basic feature. Also like a drone, if you are a drone player, you can make your own modification for the casing, or you just design the frame from nothing, by nothing. Okay, so at least today I can sure that you can repair things or create things in 3D modeling with 3D printings after all. And then I give you some example. So this is a very old toys. How old is that? It's like since 1970. So one of my old customer came to me. They say, I got this old toys. Is his collection, but the arm is gone and the head is broke down. So what we do is we do the 3D modeling, 3D printed the hand for him. In fact, this is not created by me. I spent like a few hours time to teach my younger brother to do it. He managed to create these 3D models, except this hand. This is another curved one, is another class. So he managed to make this model. So they take out the hand model to print this out to replace it. So this is what you can learn after this. So what I believe is there's no magician, not real magician. I mean that social type, but only engineer. Everything you can create is by engineering stuff. So today actually is so-called non-coded, non-program like the class, but it's also talking about engineering parts. Okay. So now is finish our introduction. So what you expect, I hope that is what you need. And then next part, we were talking about ideas of 3D modelings. So the first thing I want to talk about 3D concept of 3D modeling is breakdown. This is a very basic thing and fun. And if you have this basic idea, you can break down everything in your mind. I mean, picking one of the item you want, just like on your tables or something, and broke it down in your mind to see through what is the basic shape of the models. Like this one, a basic shape, it means like circle, oval, and square, rectangulars, whatever basic shape that on the object, on a 3D object, no matter it's a lighter or bottles. Let's do some example here. This is the Coke can. So what you see, what you actually see is Coke can. But what I normally see, when I practice, I will look like this. Oh, there is two circle. There's one rectangular and some curve inside that you can causing this. Of course, you can have more breakdown, like the top part. You actually can imagine there's one thing like this, one thing like this. Sorry for this. Okay, looks weird, but you got the idea. Basically, it's broke down all the symbol shape, make it to 2D. From a 3D object, make it to become flat. Then you have ideas how to convert it in future. So next part, I'm taking this alarm clock as example. If you want to just model the basic shape of outside of it, you can see this is actually a rectangular, and then you got a round curve at the side. If you look from the front, so what it look like is this. So you got one front part look like this, then you can cut down the thing you don't want. Side is also rectangular, and the bottom actually is a round. You cut the corner, something like that. So you can use many methods to break it down from sideways, some back way, but inside you cannot see anything, then you can't help. But you need to, if you want to really seriously look into inside, you need to really break it down. That's why I say break down everything possible you want to understand how it works. If you know the detail of the models, then we know how to model it later after you're learning all the tools. But this basic exercise, you can do it every day without computer, or just with and everywhere. Inside the bus, you can see the handle, how the handle shape look like. You can just imagine how it's work. Then this is a basic exercise. Convert 3D to 2D back. Then you know how to combine them. Okay, so let's go next. So this is one of the projects that my customer passed to me. It's a BMW, it's a very old BMW sunblock, the sunblock on the windows. So what I want you to do is just you take 5 seconds to think about this. How this very basic shape. Okay. How many shape you guess you need to do for 3D model this kind of thing? How many models? You can type in the chart 1 to 5, then you can or 1 to 10, depending on what kind of thing you want. Just simply guess how many basic shape you have in here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I said talking about 6. Let's say, okay, 4, okay, 3, okay. Let me show you how I broke it down. This is one oval and this is circle. And then you got a screw type. Then these two sketch is what I need to 3D model this thing. Of course, this is on some angle of this face, and this is on the top view. All other things like this, we don't have to really think about it when we start modeling, because this called fillet, and I will show you the tools later. Then what you need to do is just break down the simple shape. Make it as simple as possible. Then you can easy to sketch it in the computer. Then after that, you bring it up with a lot of tools. Okay. So as you see from here, you see all the measurement I do. You may think that, okay, next one is measurement is very important. So when 3D modeling is a serious thing, we talk about like reverse engineer, you need the measurement tools. A simple ruler will do the tricks. If you got caliber, will be fine. Or you got something more fancy like digital one, will be easier most of the time because digital one will come out the number directly, but not that accurate. But I think this manual one will be good enough. If you, just in case you don't know how to use a caliber, open up like this is measure the size inside. The back side is open from the inside. See, let's say like this. Another one is like you can hold this and measure the height in deep. Okay, this is a caliber that just use like that. Nothing special, just for measurement. So let's do a concept from 3D modeling today. I want to make a very simple. I just picked it up yesterday. I think what should I do today for easy for you to learn. So I just saw the marker pen and then let's do the marker pen. Marker pen looks very simple. Let's break it down like the exercises I just showed the example just now. This will be our model sample today. So this is a reference picture. So reference picture is not just this page. Let me continue the next reference picture. So modeling marker pen. So the reference picture, we need as detailed as possible. Same as if you do exercise, you just handle some stuff in your hand. You just look around it, look deep, look detailed. You will realize there are the cap on top. You have some angle here, the arrow. Then you got some space here, and you got some hand grip here to prevent slip. And they got three cylinder here. And then you look inside, there are a lock tied and inside on another cap here. So this is just the cap. And after you know all this feature inside, I call this small thing called feature. After you know this small feature inside, then you can start to exercise it. And I wonder, okay, there's 2 rounds, how many surrender in that, and then what is the size of all these things, then you can start measure. If you don't know what the shape is, you cannot do anything. So the next one is the marker top, the pen top. Okay, this part, I'm actually take it down, then you can see inside they got screw thread, and then they got one pin here, they got how the shape is and how the thickness is. So this is how it works. I will look into all this deep stuff. And then the body maybe is the easiest one, just a long cylinder. Then you got screw on top. They got plastic cap. This plastic cap is prevent the ink leaking. Okay, so they got feature here. So if you never open up, you don't know what is this and how to prevent the ink come out. All these things is engineering. They are designing the pen that is not just magically done. There is people behind this thing about all these things before they do. So when we're doing 3D modeling or reverse engineer, you need to know the feature, what all these things about, why this thing is here. Then what is the shape of this? If I want to replica or 3D modeling it, then or want to repair. If you one day you realize that your marker pen leaking, let's say very expensive one then maybe it's this thing cracked. You can just model this part and then 3D print it out and put it back. So that is how magically 3D printing is. We just 3D, but without 3D modeling, if you cannot do 3D model, you can't do anything for that. Okay, let's go the next one. So find your anything near your practice, just anything with you, no matter a pen, even a pencil. I saw this kind of pen is also very complicated if you seriously look into it. At how many components inside, how you got spring, you got screw, you got rubber here and there, all these things. So I'm not talking about on outside all this 2D graphic. We just talk about 3D model. Just break down the shape. What is this about? How many shape inside this? Then you can know how to 3D model it later. A lot of people teach you how to use the software without give you this idea. Then you are stuck in. How do I actually convert this? But you know all the tools. You don't know the idea. This is a basic idea. Then you cannot do anything. This is how I start 3D modeling, because when I look at the stuff, I try to break it down. Then I realize you will find that it's very easy when you do into the software. So let's go to the next one. Now the concept thing is done. Let's do some real software thing, which is the Fusion 360. It's the basic tools to create a 3D model. Fusion 360 can be do a lot of things, but I'm not only show you the few tools that we are going to use today, because other things like additive manufacturing tools or CNC path or rendering, that is not going to be topic today. But what I said is all these tools today is able to for you to recreate. So reverse engineer, where's the marker pen again? The marker pen, I throw it somewhere. Here. So you can reverse engineer this marker pen as your imagination or your exercise. Okay. So let's remove the slide. No. Discuss. Okay. Well, today let's start into Fusion 360. So Fusion 360 is the software for 3D modeling, as you know lah. Just now, this is the marker pen. Just now I show you, right? I did manage to model it. Actually, I just model finished. I just this morning around 8 o'clock, I wake up and I model. When you are waiting, I just doing this one. Well, when you see, okay, this is just a basic shape, but I will manage to do the inside. Okay, so let's learn how to model this marker pen later. And first thing first, after you install the software, this is the page you should see, and you already log in on top. You got a name on top here. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about is preference. It's the setup inside the Fusion 360. There will be located and your name on the right top, and then you can go to preference. Then you will see all the setup popping up. Sometimes it's loading a little bit slow. So you have a general, you get a lot of setting here. Most of them, I will maintain it default here because because for doing tutorial, I don't want people confused by a lot of setup. They actually can do a lot of different setup like design default unit, manufacturing setup like mm or inch. So like graphic, you can close it, make it a better display if you've got very strong computer. And the materials, renders, manufacturer, okay, a design. Okay, one of the things, I forget what is that. Okay, graphic material. So all these things set up, it can be changed. Sometimes you feel like the background line, grid line, I don't want, or you want it faster, you can just close down, shut down the FPS, make it lower. Okay, just play around with all these things. They got explanation inside. So also you can, one of the things I want to talk about is the general. You can change language if you want. There's a Chinese, English, Japanese, German. But we use English for easier for us for future, because almost all tutorial on internet is English, so we stick with it. And then you got pan, zoom, orbit. This is a control. If you learn some software before, like Inventor, SolidWorks, Tinkercad, you can use one of the setting. Then you match your habit how to pan the models, zoom and orbit thing. So what are those things? Let me show you today. So they are we know this is mouse. Mouse got 3 buttons, 1, 2, and the middle got 1 more click, and also got roll. When I will roll this to act like zoom. You can see the screen and my hand. So, okay. So when I hold the button in the middle, then it's a pan. I can move around the screen. Okay. And then if you got software, you can just close and then hide minimize the video and then try yourself also. So middle click is to pan, and then roll is to zoom. If you want to rotate the thing, will be a little bit different. You need to have shift, computer shift plus middle click. Then you can orbit around. Okay. This is all, and you may realize the right top here, there is a box. This represents the direction of your models. If you look like this is front, like that is back, Then you got right side here, and you got left side here, you can top. Normally, we will put the Z at up. You can set in the reference, but Z up is what is good, is the best for us for 3D printing, because yeah, easy for setup in look. Well, so you also can control by this box. You can just click direction, then or click home to go to this location, and you can click right to face here. So this is how you view the software. This is the one of the very important thing. So let's go to this is after the navigation. We call this navigation. You want to move around the models. Okay, let's go to the home. Now after the navigation, you need to have the second basic idea is sketch. And top menu, you see a lot of stuff. We will go through only few. I will not go into everyone, but one of the most important thing is the sketch. Once you click this sketch, you see 3 directions here. Okay, so if you point the first one, then you will see that is front. Okay, follow this. You can still follow this box.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I don't have the same interface. I have underground, black underground.
Underground?
1 minute, I will show you. I can't show you what I have in the desktop. I don't have a white interface. I have a black interface.
Light interface. Okay, where you're in Fusion 360 page, right? So that's why it's go in the preference first. When you go in the preference, sorry, there's some bugs here. So you go in the preference, you go to restore default.
Okay.
You make sure that your all setting is in default, then only it will be looking the same. Otherwise, you can change the graphic if you do anything different.
Okay, it's okay.
Okay, now we after navigation around, we try to start to the sketch. Okay, so once you create a sketch, there are different direction here. If you point the different face, we call these faces, then you will showing out different directions. So I would like to model when I will see how I want to model it. First thing is when you break down the models. Let's say this pen as example. If I break down from the bottom, so you want to model the thing like this, then I will put the model maybe from bottoms. Okay, so this is no matter which one you click. Let's say I click the front, it will point to the front, and you see the top. It will move to sketch already. Now you got line tools, you got rectangular tools, and then you got round tools. That all tools will be different from the solid, but if it's accidentally clicked on from somewhere else, you can click back to the sketch. And you will see this. This is the sketch palette, and then you must, when you go into sketch mode, this one will come out. If you cannot close it, once you close it, you will back to the normal mode. And bottom, you have one thing is called history. This bottom history will help you to modify the models later. So if let's say just now I finished sketch, but the sketch already created, just do not have anything inside. You can add optional undo back, remove the sketch, or you can just double click from the sketch. It will go to the place. So now I'm talking about basic tools. So I'm not going to do a modeling yet. So in the sketch setup, you can use is all the tools you have here. Like if you're using round tools, you got one dot, and where you want to start, always start from the middle. That will be easier for you to navigate in future. So let's say this one, I make a body of the marker pen. So for time method, I already measure the thing. The bottom is diameter is 15 mm. So, okay, maybe I click too fast. Let's try slower. So click it, middle, then move. You can see the numbers here. You just type on the keyboard 15 and then enter. It will be saved on that. And you are still in sketch mode because this thing is still here. Okay. if let's say if you want this for reference only, you don't want the models, you can actually use it as a construction line. But today we talk about physical models. Now, how this circle convert to a solid model, which means from 2D to 3D. After I finish the sketch, you see now it's a solid model here, solid, huh? And you got one called exclude or press pull. And normally exclude is one of the very useful feature that you will always use, and the shortcut is E. So try to remember a little bit on this kind of shortcut because you save you a lot of time. So you can click on the exclude, then select you can see this plan here. There is a profile, and you can select. You can just point on this. When you select on top, you will become gray. Once you click, you will become blue. And then you will have the point, then you can move around, okay? Then you see, now it's already 3D stuff. I will set it 98 as the pen, as the marker pen. So this is marker pen bodies, already done. The first model you have created. But how about the other thing? Okay, the raw shape is just one shape, it's very simple. How about the other shape? Well, sketch, you can sketch from anywhere, not only from the middle. Once you got the models, you realize that if I point on this face, the line move on top. And then I click on here, actually is originally from there. Now it's become here. So I can actually do the round at this location. Let's say this is a size of 10 mm. Okay. Then you will realize that inside the left side, this is a browser menu, also very important. So this thing I'm not saved, so that do not have name. After I save it, you will have name here. And then you got name view, you got bodies. Once you may, just now I forget to say that if you, after you create a real body, it will show up a body here. And also make yourself a habit that rename the stuff. Like this one is marker body. Why you need to have this habit? Because if you, let's say you do a very complicated models, more than 20, 30 pieces is okay, but more than 100 pieces or 1,000 pieces, if you do not have a separate name, it's make you very hard for a future. Just a habit that newbie may not care about, but I do care. I hope you can learn this habit. So this one, I point here, you will realize now I'm still in the sketch mode, but I can still use the shortcut exclude E to exclude this part. You will automatically close the sketch mode, come to exclude mode. Then I can actually move out from here. So when you got this kind of exclude, you realize the operation will be different if I push up and push in. Push in, it will automatically become cut. Means I want to cut this hole out. Let's say I cut it like this. It will become cutting in. Or I just move it out to become exclude. Then you can become join. Or you can select it. I want to intersect or new bodies. New body will be separate two body. If I put join, it will be maintained in one bodies. In this case, I want it to be joined, and this exclude will be 10 mm. Okay, so until here, you already have one basic shape of the marker pen. This is bottom, but the actual one here got a screw. If you remember that just now I showed the picture, the reference picture, they will have a screw. Well, in Fusion 360, good thing is it actually come with the screw tools. So all the tools is inside here. Feel free to navigate when after the class, you can just go in every single tools that got explanation. Sometimes I'm not sure how others people learn. For myself, I go in to look one by one and read one by one. Maybe a little bit stupid, but I really do that because when I start to learn, I cannot understand a lot of things. So I just holding on this, then try to translate what is that thing for. So if you click on the trade tools, you can select the face. So the model face like this, any face you can use, but I want it on this face. So I click it. make sure you model it, and only will come out the shape. If you click this, it will just like showing just a pattern only. So okay. So let's say this is 10. I will think I will put this at 12 mm. Okay, 12 mm, and then all this setting you get classes, you got a different profiles. If you are engineer, you basically you know what is this stuff. They will know, but if you know what kind of screw they got standard screw, you can do it here. Of course, if you do not, that is not a standard screw, you can actually model the screw yourself by other tools. But that one is not inside today's topic. That one's quite complicated. Okay, so let's say I model this as example. The screw is on. Well, the marker pen inside is definitely empty, because if you're not empty, you cannot put ink inside, right? There is another tool called shell. So until now, we talk about sketch, exclude another one, and put the screw thread here. And now we got a shell. And this shell, you can select the face you want to open a hole, and then type the thickness of it. Let's say 1. Okay, this one cannot go in because I got. Here we have a physical limitation. If you want to do something, let me open. Oh, let's say this 1 mm. So let's say 1 mm is open the hole inside. Okay, the thickness is 1 mm. But I'm not. If you're not sure whether inside is open correctly or not, now we got another tools called inspect, and then go section analyze. You can use this, then select one of the face, then you can see the cut. This will not affect the model itself, but just only cut out from the middle, then easy for you to see. And of course, you can rotate around, and then you can move around. You want to see whether you want the models from here and there. Okay, just move it. Okay. So you got the cut section view, but if you don't want it, you can go to the browser, hit on the left side here, and then you go to the analyze. You close the eye. Once you close the eye, it won't show up. So when you're modeling, it won't affect you. Okay. Now this is the body. Where they already finished. Is it? No, not really finished yet. There got one more thing, one more very small thing, which is the corner here. This is sharp. You will never see a pen is really sharp at the corner because it might hurt you. So actually got a little bit called fillet. So this is another tool I'm going to talk about called fillet. You just click on here. You can select the corner. Then you use the, let's say this one is 0.5 mm. So you round it a bit. You automatically round that. Or you can just type any radius you want. Let's say you can, I can just move around. Okay, that will have limitation. If you like inside is very thick, really thin, there will be effect, but 0.5 will be fine. So these also a little bit here, 0.5. So now only I say this body is finished. So you got one, we call this is component. The first component is done. Well, now it's still in the bodies. The browser in the bodies. We will going to create this component from the body. Why are we doing this? Because after this, we can assembly the body to others' bodies. Okay, I create this component from bodies. You will see now the make bodies become a box here, and it got separate origin and bodies itself. Then you still can rename it if you want, and you can hide it also. So there is a dot and the active component. So you can model from, if I just want to model this only, I don't want to model other thing, you can just click on here, then we'll only model this thing. Normally we'll go in the main instruction. Okay, until now, anyone cannot follow. Type 1, if you're okay with it. Type 2 cannot follow. Or everything already fall asleep. 1.5. Okay. So if you got any question or too fast, stop me. Yeah. Otherwise, I just enjoy my modeling time and keep going, and I forget all of you cannot follow up. Okay, sound like everyone is following. It's fine. Thank you for that feedback. Okay, so I'm not, you are not, I know you are not sleeping yet. So the body of the marker pen is done. How 1 to 5, how hard is this? It's very simple, or very hard is 5. Very easy, right? So, but let's imagine if this is a gun, the top of cosplay gun, you can actually cut the hole from here, or then it will become another components. That is a part. That is how amazing it is. If you got the basic idea how to split out all the 2D object thing, then you will realize that 3D model actually very easy. You can break down. Okay, so we want to finish the 3D models. We don't going to stop here. So let's continue do the marker pen. And in the time I'm doing the marker pen, you will see all the tools I'm using. Only maybe 10 tools, roughly that. So I just recap a little bit. Just now is first thing is navigation. Second thing is sketch. And then I got a basic shape on the round. And then I exclude. And then I go to use the screw tools to add a screw. And then I use the shell to sail it out. So, now I do the top cap, the upper part. So let's do another sketch. Also, the sketch you can rename in here. So I can do it like this is sketch 1 is a base body, and then sketch 2 is the screw. So you can find out, or maybe in future you want to edit back, but they are hidden now, so you won't show it up to confuse you. Now I just created another sketch 3. And this sketch, I'm going to make the top cap in order. Okay, let's do the pen first. Let's do the pen part. Well, the pen part, I want to do another way to explain how to do it. Well, let's open another page. So this is this can be your paper. My pen is slipped. Okay, this can be your paper. Well, I need to go to my pen. Okay. Let's say the pen top, I will look like, okay, my mouse, I use my mouse, so the drawing will be horrible. So, but drawing horrible like me, you can still 3D models, it's fine. So something like this. I'm talking about this part, pen part, the reference picture just now, if you remember. This should be straight, but you understand that lah. So there is something in between here. So you got a curve here. This is straight. Then you got something like that. I break down the symbol shape only. Okay. It's horrible like kindergarten models. Fine. Don't mind that. You just understand, you got the ideas, I believe that. Okay. So after you got this basic shape, or this is a round top tip, this one I don't want because this is not really the part, because the part will be go inside. So this, from here until here, they only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shape. What you need to do is measure all this place. And then what is the size of this? What is the size of this? And not the size of this. So for time method, I already measure all the thing. So this one is a fit. Let's do it directly in the 3D model. So you got these ideas. But for this model, I want to use another method. I can use the same method like this, exclude and make another sketch and exclude another sketch. But I want to show you another tools today called revolve. And then the basic shape I only use a half of it. I just use a half of it. Okay, I just take this part as my models. I sketch this out. Then I show you how. Let's do the basic model. Now this case, I only use a line tools. Why I use a line tool, I'll explain to you later. So first thing I already measure the height of the models. Let me break down it. 5, 12, yeah, okay. So the height of the models, the first part of the shape is 15 mm. Okay, and then I will continue doing the straight line. Okay, not this model. I think I sketched it out in another place already. So this one. Okay. So this is the sketch, and I do the measurement already. So I will follow the measurement. 15. Okay, maybe I show like this, easier. So see this, hide this. So now it's looking outside, but I want to point on top. So you see 15, you're going to, it's not 15, it's 12 actually. So you always, after that, you can, if you pull out like this, then you enter, you will realize that there is no numbers here because you are actually not doing the measurement on top. Like this one is I key in, but if you make, let's say if you put the line, you want to change the size, you can actually still continue to use it. Like in the modified, not modified, full screen only, you see. Break line. Sorry, it's here. Sketch dimension. Then you can point this and pull it out, then type the numbers you want. Okay, let's show it. Let's show it like this. Then we easy for me to took the numbers. Let's say undo it. Let's continue to the line. So 12 and 7.23. Y got 23. You know, I measure like this. It's like that lah. We just follow. Okay. There you will put 1.41. And then you got another one is 3. So you will realize there is two numbers actually. One is the numbers of the measurement. This is 7.2. And then you got a one under 80 degree or 90 degrees. So until here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And sometimes you see the number mixed together, very hard to see. You can just pull it out or somewhere else, then you can easier to read it up. So then you can zoom in. So fine. Next, I got the baseline from the meter. This is the baseline from the meters. Okay. I'm going to set them. I can select all like that. Then I use this feature. This is called construction. I don't want it to confuse me. It's a construction only. Okay. Then it will become straight, not the solid line. Easy for look. Now let's look at the other thing. On number on top here, this one I measure is dimension. This is the time. What is that called again? Forget.
Diameter.
Diameter, yeah, dimension blah. Okay, this is a diameter. Well, from the base, it's a 15 diameter and divide 2. Why divide 2? Because I model from half side. And then I can just continue doing this point here. If you will realize this is x, and I come to here, they will get a box because I got separated point here. So easy for doing that. 11.71. Okay, forget to divide 2. Now become radian. Divide 2. You can do measure. You realize that there is a calculator here. You don't have to really calculate to put it in. You just look the number here. 11.6. I just divide by 2. It will automatically calculate inside here. There's a very good feature in this. And then I go to another one. 1.4. There will be 11.06. Divide 2. Okay. And then next one is 7. Same thing, divide 2. Then the last and least 6.58 divide 2. So I got the shape like that. So this number may be confused a little bit. Let's pull it out. So the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to put this straight line. This time good because we don't need to really measure everything. It's just first thing is square, rectangulars. I go in the 90 degree. If you're not sure whether I touch it or not, you can just pull it out. You see, if I pull like this, you will have a line follow that. So you know I want to stick on this line. So this is 90 degree. Go, I connect them. So I got a rectangular here. Then I go to this square box. I go up the top. If you have a little bit, this is 90.04. Actually, it's not the straight one. But I want to skip this line, go to the top line, because this is the extend part in here. So another one, I want to go to like this. Then just connect all the dot to dot. So in this part, I know it's around 0.5 mm. Then I just go to create another line here, just a box. Okay. That is the basic structure of the pen. But I sketched this half size and 2Ds. How do we do it become a round part to match a bottom size? Of course, you can make a round circle and extrude again. But I do this way, sometimes can be faster, especially on all this geometry. So let's connect the bottom to the top one. Now you see there are one bottom box already boxed up everything. Then you can actually select all them. Let me finish the sketch. You can see it more easily. Then now I want to explain is the revolve feature. If you look at the explanation, just revolve a sketch, profile, a panel, then around the axis. So I click on this. Now let's go back to full screen. I get sketch on this. You see the profile, select. You can select different things. You need to make sure you are on the right select path. If you select profile, it's profile. Axis is axis. Well, in the profile, I just select all the box together. Box. Shift clicks is to select all of them together. Just in case you don't know. Then you go to axis. Go to axis. I will select the middle line. Then boom, it will become a 3D models. It's a magic tools, right? Well, for this revolve, of course, if you don't want the full solid, you can make a half size or certain degree. But in this case, we will use solid, so 360. And then you can make one size or two size. This doesn't matter in this place. So I will create as a new body, not join, not cut, not intersect. It's a new body. New body, okay? So new body, you will see that there's another bodies, or I can create as a new component also, create a component. Then this one will be pen top, okay? So you got the revolve and you found that, okay, this one, how it is solid. How do I open the space inside? Do you still remember? Type the feature name in the message. Good. Kakeman. What is the name? Okay, good. Yes, this is a not Tai, but it's a shell. This is the feature of shell. You can open up a shell. But in this case, the face, I will select the bottom face and the top face. Then you got two face selected. I can create 1 mm shell. And you will realize that it's open up. Now you can put the pen tip inside. Okay? Yeah, this is until here. Now I think it's only 15 minutes. Do you have any basic idea of 3D modeling now? If I ask you to create this pen, If you say if you're saying you're able to create this pen now, you type 1. If you're not, type 2. There is still someone cannot do it. 1.6 is what is that? Okay, something like can or cannot, in between can or cannot lah. But the idea is you need to break down the basic shape. For this model, if you look back to the sketch, okay, it's just something like, the sketch is here. I open up the sketch. I hide the body now. I just show up the sketch. This is the thing I do for the pen top. And another, this is another tool. And this tool is for the pen body. This is what we do. Other thing is all 3D model feature. Okay. Then we can get it from here to here. So you may now found the tricks is what the basic structure I just told you at the first of this presentation is very important. You need to understand how to break down from 3D to 2D. Once you can see through the object, really knowing what is inside, then you can use the basic simple method to create from it. Then you can use all these tools by understand them, and not hard to understand. You can just hold on top in case you forget what is the mean, then you can hold on top. It will show up the explanation on every single feature. Compared to some of the software, this is the most easier one, I think. Of course, you got more simple one, but simple one cannot create this complicated thing. Let's say Thinkercad. If you want to use another software, you may more confused. But this is just basically created from sketch. Okay. If any question, you just unmute your mic. I can ask. So stop me down if anything. So this is the pen top. Now I want you to have an exercise. Now it's 10:52. I want you to have some exercise. If you have the 3D Fusion 360, and I want you to create. Yes, sorry.
Bruce, sorry. I can't find for the revolve. Once you have created the line.
Yep.
I miss out how you select the line and then you manage to revolve it.
Okay, this part.
Yes.
Okay, when you create the revolve, you see that is two. One is profile, one is axis.
Yeah.
So when you click the profile, you just click them.
Okay.
Click on in the middle. If you found that you cannot click from the middle, which means you did not close the line. You had to close the line first.
Okay.
Okay. So after that, you can create. Then you can select the axis. Let's say if I click this axis, you will see that it's become like that. It's become a UFO.
Yep.
Okay. If you select the wrong axis, you just click X, then you select the right axis. That will become like that. Or you can so this is then the type is angle all these things you can try in future. It doesn't matter. But now we use it angle. Or I make it another way. This is some sort of cover or cape, right? I use this method to use some Coke can cover. I can make a special cover by this method. Okay, but not this case. This one is marker pen. Now they become a marker pen.
Okay, and then this one got it. And then another one I also miss out is how do you link the diameter and the side height? How do you link them up?
Link the diameter and
the height.
The height. Okay. And let me go back a little bit on the sketch. Well, there is one original like that, right? I use a sketch to measure all the size.
Yes.
See it? So I basically just go back to the measurement thing. I just use the line tools. It's the same thing with all this method. Just use the line tools. Just connect them. Connect from the top to bottom. Then it will become solid.
Or it's like closing the line,
Yeah, just closing the line. Or else I can just this originally is a construction line. I can just remove the construction, become closing also.
Okay, all right.
So only construction line that will not close, but solid line will be closed in the one box. That's it. Now, yeah, because I edit, everything gone. But it doesn't matter. I can select the back, missing axis, come back. Okay, fine. And also I hide the body, yeah. So after that, using shell. In this pen tip actually is not finished yet because there is a screw on top of here. This is a screw, this is also a screw, one a male and one another female. But it's the same thing. We're using the screw, the trick back, and then click it, and then model it, and then that's it. That will become screw and screw. Automatic, because if you use the standard size, it will automatic match. Well, now we got two parts item, but it's separated. Sometimes we want a thing is connect together easy. The reason I asked you to create a new component just now, because there is one tools in Fusion 360 is very good called assemble. Well, you can make it as a join. For this thing, you need to select the right place. Like I will select this face, first face, and I want this to join to here, which means I'm going to select another face here. There you will, funny second. You need to make sure I select the right place. Otherwise, it's just now like second already. Okay, tilted the component, add, join, select the right place, round here. Then you will see that this is in the middle, then it will be correct. This one become shadow because it asks you to select the second component. Then I select the second component. I will going to select this inside, okay. Copy. Is that, okay, now the two pen is connected. Well, I can now open the analyze again. You will realize that, oh, the gear is mixed up. Well, I can actually move. I select, double click on the models, and you see the select on the pen top. Then I click M to move, or just use this button, move. And I can actually rotate it to the right position. Oh, move. You need to select in the right place. And then rotate. Rotate. It will be matched. Okay. The inside one, maybe I make it too slim. I should extend it. Otherwise, later will be troubles. So that one need to be fixed going back here. Going back this shell. So this one be 2 mm. Yeah. Okay, now the gear is connected together. You will realize that the automatic gives some gap and it's also very good for 3D printing because they got offset already prepared and the real screw will be done like that. So this is the bottom case and the pen top. Let's go back to the home. If you always you can click back to the home to find out the original position. And if a sketch is confusing, just hide all the sketch you don't want. And this will be pen top. The name is up to you to change as long as you understand what is this. General. So fast you want to generate it to STL. STL is for 3D printings. It's just in case other people don't know. STL is a 3D printing file format. Normally it's used to 3D printing. Yeah, until here, actually you can move it to 3D printings. But today's topic is not 3D printing. So yeah, after I finish the model first. No, I'm actually want you to finish this model. Now it's 11 o'clock. I wish you can take 10 minutes to try to create a 3D model for the cap. There is one more part. I'm going to show you the finished one here. Then they can play around with it. I want you to create the top. Then you can only practice can make the thing learn. If you don't do it yourself, I don't know whether you can really learn or not. So There's the missing part. I want you to do it today. And I'm not going to show you before you finish. I will take 10 minutes here. From now it's 10 minutes, I will come back. And then I want you to show me the screen, what you actually done. Don't worry if you cannot finish, or don't worry anything mistake. Don't worry about of the size. You just expect you know the size. You just look at these reference models here. Just guess what is the size or whatever thing. Then try to make something out of it. And the time start now. All the tools I just explained is already enough for create this thing. So don't worry. The thing will be like here. I put it here. This is the thing. I'm going to put the tools here. Wait. Where there's tools. Okay, the tools of 3D modeling. Okay, this is all the tools we just talked about. Navigation, sketch, basic shape, extrude, revolve, scale. Round and fillet is the bottom just now. The pattern is the new one. But before I talk about patterns, I want you to try to do it yourself first. And then I did actually add on one more shell. I forget to put it here. So 10 minutes until 11, 10 minutes. I will come back after that. Let me drink something. Anything question, you can open mic to ask, see whether you can discuss or not. I'll reply that. Everyone's so silent. No question at all. Smart. Anyone want to show your screen? Kevin, you're a professional one. I know you already know it, how to do. Do you do it?
Bruce,
Yeah.
When I view my viewport from front view,
Yeah.
there's no grid lines. How can I enable the grid lines?
Do you set the view to default?
View to default. How to set it again?
Okay, let me open the screen. That is, if you say this grid line, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, this one you need to go to the preference.
Hold on.
Yeah, it will be lag a little bit every time you open the reference because this reference is saved in your online account. Every place, no matter what computer you log in, it will be same reference. So every time you load out, if make sure you're using the restore default, make sure you in the default. You can hide it in the drawing, I guess. But just set it to the default, it will be fine. And
Sorry,
there's a lot of things.
Where to click the preference button?
Oh, in your name,
Oh, name. Okay.
the second one. So go back to the default.
Restore defaults.
Yeah.
Okay. Still don't have.
Do you go into the sketch mode or something?
I'm in sketch mode.
In sketch mode but the grid actually not really helpful for the there is you can open up here also. View grid setting. No, this is the grid. Sorry. Layout grid. Yeah, this one. You see here, grid and snap in the bottom.
It is gray out from my side. It's gray out.
Gray out. Can you share your screen and I take a look?
It's gray out.
You are registered in wrong account.
Huh?
Why yours one you got subscribe now? But your account is you're not registered. You're not download from the link. You're not registered from the link I provide.
No.
Yeah. Then you may not need to reinstall again because the account I provide is a totally free one.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
But just now it was here. Then suddenly it's disappeared. So I'm not sure.
Now actually you orbit a bit from the bottom. I think I saw the file already. Yeah, because you are sketching in wrong direction.
So
the grip actually is there, right?
yes, it's here from perspective view lah. But if let's say
but if you want to change the sketch, you finish the sketch first.
Okay.
You finish the sketch first.
Let's say I recreate a new sketch.
Yeah, you need to stop the sketch first. Now you are already in the sketch mode. You see the sketch pattern palette here, bottom.
Oh, this one, finish sketch.
You finish sketch, you create another one.
Oh, okay.
Then you found that there's a different view.
Okay, I got it. Because I'm still in the sketch mode that is from top view, right? So that's why it is only show the top view.
Yeah,
okay.
That's right.
All right, got it.
Okay, any other questions? I think the time is up.
Oh, that's all for now. Let me create the cat first. All right, thanks.
No problem. Okay, 1 more minute. So, okay, now 10 minutes pass. How many of you successfully create a cap like that? Can you WhatsApp? You can type 1. Hey, where's my chat? No? Yes? No? No one? Hello? No problem. Don't need the sorry. Just try the best. Okay. One. And how many of you is not here already? Type 0. Not here, still can type 0 one. Are you? Okay, you got one. We got one from LG Chong. Good job. Okay, you got it. You got the ideas of how you create a basic shape. Now we are talking about the grip now. Never mind. Let's go to talk about the grip now. You might need to pause your work now to follow the next tutorial because I'm going to talk about next. To me, I will not measure on from now on because we don't not necessarily to make the shape already because I already have the reference here. So I just create another sketch from here. If I'm not doing measurement, sometimes we don't have to exactly same with the item, but we can do exactly same for the connection. Let's say I'm doing this connect from here to here, just raw eye, but in this case, you see the automatic stick on that. I don't want that. I can just remove the snap to clip. Then we can just eyeball it. So we connect this part. We just eyeball it. Closer. So it's a snap lock either. When do not have measurement, we have to work around sometime. So I can just move it by just normal sketch, and then going to the top. Expected the pin top will be until here. No, sorry, this one should not be there. Should be here, because the cap will be until the bottom. So let's do this until here, and this one put just one line. Okay, no, don't have to create two lines first. Just one line. So this one does not really need to be there. Move up to here. Expect there's a pen tip here. Well, when we do eyeball, we just guess what we will be using here. This is the gap. Maybe. This is because I'm doing the internal now, internal structure. Well, you will find it. From the middle. Of course, I forget the middle structure line. Now I need a snap. So you will find that I only create one line for internal. Then sometimes we need to stick with one line first. Okay. But here got another tool called offset. Then I can make a offset of the original models. And you see there's two lines. Okay. But in this case, I'm not going to just show you the tools like that. But for a lot of plays, you can use the offset tools by saving your time to create two lines. But in this case, because of the casing is not like this, so I'm not going to use it. Because I'm just going to eyeball it again, 0.5 mm, going up. Unmeasured models. See how close I can create exact to the same thing that I want. It will be like this, like this, like that. This one should be higher. You always can adjust the thing if you are not using the measure tools, because you can pull it down because there's no fixed number. If once you got fixed number, you cannot move it around, but you can type the number that you want. So another lock here. And then on the top, let's straight it. That's it. I should. Okay, close it down. Undo, redo will be still same working. If you don't, if you never tried it, you are still able to undo it. So. Okay, this weird shape we have here, but the weird shape will do the tricks. Stem using the reward feature. Select the axis. New component. Okay. Analyze section. So this is this is any way you can create like this. But next thing I want to talk about is a pattern, which I not really talk about just now. The pattern you will need to do is create a sketch first. I'm doing the grip. The grip you might not know how to do it because I'm not talking about the pattern yet. Well, you can do the sketch on the ring here. Then I make sure you are doing the sketch. I remember the grip is 0.5 mm. So you can actually wrong place. Wrong place. Sketch the second part. Okay, in this, like me, I'm got a little colorblind. It will be confused because you cannot see the line. But you can actually use Control 1 to 6 to change the grid-like view. So now I'm using Control 6 to bring out the sketch line. It's easy for me to find out where is the location of the parts. So I get a 0.5 circle. So then I'm going to exclude half of it. Then around this area, 19. Okay, but after I create one, I can actually using the pattern feature. The pattern I will use a round circular pattern is under create. There I got circular patterns. So I can select the face. Make sure you select two face that you want to copy. And then using axis. Now we can type the numbers, how many numbers you want. Let's say 20. Then you found that, oh, it come out already. Am I still online? Okay. So anyone can catch it? Do you see the how the pattern work? Okay, good. Luckily you guys still here. I thought everyone sleep already. Well, fine. Then a little bit finalized touch up is the corner. Then you can use this fillet to do the fillet 0.2. Oh yeah, the pen top will be done like that. Last of the corner, last of the thing is that is a thing they call like, okay, Kevin. Okay, there is a one error that point out rotate here on top. That's the last thing we want to talk about. Well, also nothing's fancy. Just create a sketch on top. You can the way you create the angle, you can just make 1 round, 2 round, and then use a normal sketch to cut it down. You can make a triangle here. And then maybe cut this from here to here. And then extrude the angle, the thing here. Extrude a little bit, 0.5. Too much. Maybe 0.2. Okay. Well, that's it. That's all the pattern you need. And okay, until here. Open for question. If nothing question, I think we can close up earlier. If you want, or you want to share, take some sample picture, try to understand how the basic shape will work. Any model, any shape, you can share with me.
Bruce, sorry.
Yeah.
Can you repeat the top part, the arrow part, how you create the circular?
Okay.
And the arrow part, yeah.
No problems. Let's go back to roll back a little. Oh, there's a rollback feature. You see, ding, 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 ding. There we go. Roll back here. Okay, let's see. When the top part is flat, what I do is I create a sketch on top of this. Or let me do another side on here. Okay, so you can see it easily. So on here, so I create another sketch on here, the top. So now it's on top here. Wait a minute. Oh, this I put a little bit curved, so it cannot be create sketch. Well, let's go back to here. You see, the arrow actually just a triangle. One triangle here. Another one is 2 circle. I got many ways to create these 2 circle. Let's say, let me do in the side. I can do 1 circle, then I use the offset to make this like that, make maybe 0.5 mm. Then you got 2 circle that able to create a circle extrude, but I'm going to cut it down. Use the line tools, break down anyway. Then you will realize they are become separated thing. Then I can just create another sketch here. Then now you see 3 parts already. I can just extrude this part without this. So after that, I just need to create a triangle here. If you want really accurate one, you can measure what is the size of the triangle. And I don't want this. I can remove the thing I don't want. Then I just add this without excluding this. Then when you pull it up, it's the angle. You get it?
Yep. Thanks.
Okay. So, any more question? How many of you think this marker pen is easy to create? Okay, let's do 1 to 10. The whole tutorial today, if you think it's very easy, make it 10. If you think it's very hard, put it 1. If you don't get it at all, you can put 0. 9, 10, 1. Hey, not going to be 1 lah. Come on. Okay, Ricky is 2. Okay, so 5. 5 millimeter, half. Okay. So I need to think about how to make it more easy. Maybe next time just make a box. But at least today I want you to learn about this. Sketch square with the size and then make a direct square. Okay? At least you have to know how to make this. This is the most important thing today we teach. At least you need to know how to make this. Otherwise, I don't let you go. No. This big
Bruce.
and okay, yeah.
Sorry, interrupt. Can
No
you
problem.
repeat a bit on this? How you create the pattern just now on the cap?
This pattern.
No. Yeah, the one line you created 20 line, right?
Okay, the pattern things I can create from anything. Okay, well, there is 2 type of pattern. One is the pattern from sketch. Another pattern is from the model itself. Just now I do this trick is from the model itself. Well, because I don't want to extrude after that. Let's say I do it in a blank sketch, so nothing here. So if I make a round circle here, then I make another small round circle here. So okay, now I finish the sketch. Let me finish the sketch. So you will find that I got 2 circles, and now I want this to be 10 mm. Okay, now I want the grip on top. The grip, the sketch is sometimes will automatic hide after you create it. You need to unhide it. So you realize there is a 1 circle here. I exclude it to here. Exclude it, not the base. Exclude it to the face on top. Okay, so now I want to do the pattern of this around it. You just click on the face you need, or just open the pattern first. The pattern is under create, pattern, and circular pattern. Then I will ask you to select what kind of thing. You want to select the component, or you want to select the face. In here, this is called face, so I'm going to use a face feature. You click the face, and then select the axis. The axis always mean you can select the round of the axis or select a dot in the middle, but there is no dot in the middle in this case, so we'll just select the round of method. So after that, I just click the optional the numbers. Let's say 15, 48. 48 it become mooncake already. Yeah, you can cut the numbers down maybe to 20s. Then it's a grip. You realize I accidentally created a mooncake right just now. 48. No. Okay. 48. This is a mooncake. And when you add the fillet on top, maybe I just add the fillet on top here. No, -5. Oh, hang. Okay, my computer's laggy now. But the idea is like that. The mooncake come out. And you can add text on top for name or whatever name. So since we have some time, I'm going to move to the next step. If everyone is okay now, I'm going to teach you another simple step of creating your company logo. How simple? Just basically 2 steps, maybe 3 steps. Like if I want to add my logo on this mooncake, there is one thing called insert canvas. But in insert, not canvas, sorry. Insert, and in canvas is for the picture you want to do a template. If you want to create the logos, normally we use SVG file, and then I can select this face SVG. I have some SVG in my computer already. If I'm not wrong, mistake. Let me find it. No. My drive. Okay, I got the logos. Well, you will find that Oh, my file is so big. Let me rotate it to the correct position. Scale it down. Let's put on top here. Okay. So you will see that I have this thing. After this is SVG file. How do you get SVG? Actually, I got a YouTube video on that. I will share with you after that. So SVG file, you got the AI file, then you can convert it to SVG file. Then you can just import SVG. Then you will get this line. You don't have to draw it, sketch one by one. After that, you can select the thing. Same thing. Press E, extrude, or you can go down, go deep in, or come out. Then you see that my company logo. Maybe I put extrude will be better. Finish it. Again, select. Add this line also. Okay, extrude, shortcut E, 2 mm, come out. I got my 2 mm is too many. 1 mm is enough. Okay, this is my company mooncake. Got it or not? Actually, you may look very simple, but actually, to preparation of the SVG is another work lah. But once you prepare, actually import, put a surface on top, then extrude it. You got your own company mooncake models. Everyone's stunning now.
Bruce?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 questions.
Uh-huh.
How about color? Applying color, and does color the 3D printer register any color? And then
okay. And then
the second question about can you explain about cross-platform? Let's say we are using Maya. So how can we the concept of the workflow of importing into here and do the printing?
Okay, Maya export is OBJ, right?
Yes, Maya can export OBJ.
If you want to export OBJ or STL file, actually you can use the insert. Then you can use a mesh. But it will be a little bit hard to modify a mesh file because mesh file is come with a triangle pattern. I can do some extra work here. Now it's like my tutorial is all done already until here. Now can keep open Q&A question. So I'm going to answer your question now. So number one is just now I answered the last question first. Like this one, if I want to do it to 3D printing, I just create the models first. Then I right click, export to STL. Okay. Then you can export, save as STL, set up all the thing. Then okay. Then you can able to save with STL and you can use it in the STL software. Well, the second thing is like if you want to import an STL file, then I going to insert a STL or OBJ file. You can just insert the mesh and then I import back the just now that one maybe is the component one. Yeah. But you will find that it's not a mesh more editable software models already. It become a mesh file. Normally, mesh file is because it's created by digital sculpting, so that will have a lot of pattern and this and that. If you want to put inside here to modify, it's no point because if you use Maya, they got more than enough tools for you to create the models. What you need to watch out is the face, is it facing the right direction? After that, you can just export to the OBJ, and OBJ is 3D printable already. You just need to put in the right scale, or you just export to STL. Maya is able to export to STL, and that's it for the physical model. And if you want to put different colors, let's say this model, let's say I want the text print in different colors. And I want it to be like if you're using multiple 3D printed 3D printer, let's say you go 5 color one, what you need to do is you actually need to separate them into different components. Like this one, like this pen, you see they are showing different color, but this is showing here only, but it's not. When they export to STL or OBJ, there will be no color. For setting up 3D printing different color, you but this is must. You need to have 3 components. Then you can print them together in different parts and join together, or you use a setup in the multiple material 3D printer that we have setting. Okay, your first part you're using nozzle 1 for color 1, second part using then you can set that. For this case, how to change the color, actually you can just right click on the models. This is for viewing on the desktop only. You select on the model, then you go to appearances, and then you can find there is a lot of material here. Let's say I want to use a glass, then you can use a heavy glass blue, and you see that a little bit transparent here. Okay, this is how you change the view in the maybe better presentation. One of the more important tools, or I think is I checked my slide. There is one more thing. Okay, this is a last and least, and this called sharing your work. And you will find that there is one tool is very important. Good, you click on the hide data planner here or unhide it. Then after you save the model, it's actually on the list here. Then you can right click on the list, share public link. Okay. This is the thing I really like to use because everyone can access from it. You can share the public link, and then you can copy the link and share to others. Of course, if the model you make, you don't want people to download, you just close the download. But you want this more safe, you can add the password here. For this model, it doesn't matter. I just open up and copy the link. Then I broadcast it to all your WhatsApp in case you want to check it out. Ding, 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 ding. Where's the button? Okay. Sample. So everyone should receive the sample. Okay. Then after you receive this, you can open from your mobile phone, from your browser. Anyone who without the software, the 3D printing, 3D model software, also can get the idea of what you are trying to make. Let me show you. Open the models. Okay, this, wait a while. So this is a web browser. You can do it in your mobile phone as well. And very good thing to this is you can just share to people like that. Okay, this is the marker pen I done. Well, and you can separate them. You use this to separate them. There's a different component. The one I made without the middle part. So there is a different component. You can open up and close, and then you can also do the measurement. So like you want point here to here is how long? It's 98 mm, and also you can do the first. This is a control. How do you do it? You can move it around if you got a lot of parts, and you can show it the full screen. Also, you can say optional. I don't want some component. I want to hide this. Hide this. Oh, this is something 1, 2. Okay, that's it. How to do. Well. So this feature, do you think is useful? Sharing to public, and no matter what you share, yeah, it's for client. Well, you may realize that my skill is really practical, and I just want something I need, I just do. Other thing I will just simply ignore if I don't need it. If I need something, I realize my tools is limited, and I will try to start to find out which tools I can use. And the good thing of this, today what I do is open the door for you. How professional you can go is that after that, you need to rely a lot on online tutorial because you got the basic already. After that, you go to watch other people code tutorial will be a lot easier. Because you know, if you try to play around with these tools, sometimes they will share you about the plugins, like creating gears. This is like, did I creating a gear here? Okay, I did not put in this computer. You actually can install some like plugin, like make a gear easier. Like I can show you some work that's been done before. Where's the car part? Car part. Eh? Okay, the car part like the gear. Based on the good thing for this software is everything online. You don't have to worry the backup. You can always control save and it will save online directly. The bad thing is it's save online because sometimes the loading will be slow, especially when the file size will be larger. But of course, you can still save locally in your computer. It depends on your computer spec. It will be different way to set up lah. Like this one. Okay, this one is the simulation of the gear, and yeah, it work. They will set together. So when I need the tools like this gear is called Helicon gear or Hexicon. I forget what is the name already, but it's able to generate something like this, then make it very easy to do it. And the component assembly, it will make it rotatable. And you can do the sample for people. Okay, this is how it works. The case of this is people just give me this big one, and I know the middle one, so I replicate another one, small one here. Hex gear, yeah. So okay, that's it. What else you want to ask?
Bruce?
Yep.
Something you shown is interesting where you're rotating the big gear, and the small gear is automatically will be interacting with the big gear. Or
yeah. You see it there. Here is a motion link. They are linked together one.
Okay.
But sometimes not always perfect. You can see they overlap already.
Okay. Like if let's say client want to see an animation, is it able to do an animation from here, like just pre-render this whole thing animated and sent to client?
Fusion 360 is not designed for render video but I remember it can be done. Just you might need to do some trick like you moving here, then you record the video from other way. It's not really doing from here, but you can also model here, then use another software like Blender. You import the model there to do the rendering.
Okay.
Because once you got the 3D model, you can actually do it from anywhere. So from this case, like if you want to do render, I can actually export it to, export the F3D is a Fusion 360 one, but you can export the other software after other thing like Inventor or another thing. But if you want to do the move animation, I would suggest to use a Blender. Blender is a free software as well, which is actually 10 times complicated than this. They got too many tools in this software. I have no idea how to start to do the short tutorial for this because it's really hard to use. Even myself until now, I still think very hard to use. I create some models here, and it got a lot of script, even the programming inside, animation. And if you search Blender movie, you can see a lot of interesting animation that do online, is like the Agent 147 or something. But you just Google search around on this, there will be a very good starting point for animator, especially for self-learner, because it's free. And the tutorial is always free online. But if you need question, if sometime you go to, if you join some paid class, it's not because you go to join the big paid class, because you need some mentor or advice when you're doing models. So let's see how you need lah. Well, if normally you can learn it yourself, you think you can learn it yourself. Like me, I can just always watch from basically I just watch from the YouTube.
Okay, and then can Fusion 360 Direct do the printing? If cannot, can you roughly explain the concept?
3D printing can. Let's say this mooncake Okay, this mooncake, I'm going to, where is it? The body file, export this save as STL. And you will see, I said I name it P3D mooncake. Okay, so after I got the STL, I can actually, then you can send to any 3D printer supplier, or if you own 3D printer, we call it slicer. This look like this, something like this kind of software. You got a printer pad, and then you just pull the files inside, and then you can adjust the scale if you want, like 200%. So slide it, you will find that, oh, it's moving like. Then you can see, oh, it's looking like this. So the easiest way for Fusion 360 to export. Of course, last update, they actually implement the manufacturing method inside. You can set additive here, adjust a lot of things, export G-code directly, but that one is too complicated. Why don't we just use the Sizzler? Well, now we already got all this software. It's automatic. You just pull inside. Then you got all the basic setting. It will automatically come out the export tools that look like this. Then you will see that line by line, 2 by 2. This is 3D printing. So we don't really have to worry how to export already. Just save as STL, send to any 3D printer supplier, done. And also the software tell you the cost, how long you will print. This one is 1.45 hours. I can adjust the infill to 5% to make it faster. 1.13. So the filament use will be 15 grams. The cost how much? Software will be done everything automatically. Now you don't have to worry already. And different materials. There are a lot of materials. Okay. Got it?
Yes. So it's actually like Maya. If we export STL from Maya, we can direct open it in the software.
Yes.
Just now. Okay.
Yes. You can do it. Yes.
All right.
Fusion is more on easier model. You think Maya is slightly similar, but if you want to do the accuracy, you can do accuracy model there, but based on from the sketch to 3D, it will be easier if you got a newbie never do in 3Ds. Maya, and also one thing is not good is because it's so expensive. I was trying to learn 3D Max was many years ago, but I failed on that because I'm not graduate from school, no money and had to pay the fee. So after that, I quit. And after a few years later back, I tried to learn, but need to pay for the software. I don't have the money. And then I found that, oh, Fusion 360 is one of the free, you can use it for free. Okay, I tried to learn it. Then Blender is use it for free. Then I tried to learn it. A lot of things I realized I use is always free. Maybe it's because of that. That's why I make the tutorial also free. It's just a give back to the market only lah.
Bruce, I want to ask about saving a project.
Saving a project, yes.
Yes.
Okay, now until now, like this project, I'm not saved yet. So I can save it. Then after you save it, you just put a name on top. Then location is folders, your project folder you create. I already create so many projects. So let's say I put in the B3D internal. So you can open another folder inside. It's like browsing in your computer, but basically you just save anyway. Let's say this one is B3D workshop. Okay, I just save it. Then, yes?
This one is saved in your PC, right?
No, this is saved online. Okay, this is the first thing you save online. You have to save it first, and then only you can export. So this is the first thing. I already saved in. You will see that inside this is called data planner. Then you can go into the project and save it here just now. So you can always come back to here, double click and open, or you can go to the My Recent Data to find the latest one. So this is the one, double click will open automatically. So once you save, it's online. No matter what computer you log in, as long as log into the same account, it will be loaded automatically. So you don't have to worry where is the parts. But in case you want to be safe in your local PC, then you go to Files, you go to Save As, or then you can, go to Export, and then you found F3D. F3D is a Fusion 360 file, so it will include all this history in the bottom. Then you can modify it better. Otherwise, you want, let's say you other people using other CAD, you can go DWG, DXF, FBX, or OBG, or most of the people can use is STEP, this one. All the CAD file can use STEP. Just they will not receive all the history you have, they will receive the component you have only.
Okay.
STLs is for 3D printings.
Okay, thank you, Bruce.
Okay. Okay, anything more question? We will going to close it soon.
And one
Bruce,
more question.
Yep.
About just now when you draw a body of the marker pen, then you draw another part. So before you draw another part, you need to create a new component, or you should already draw it?
You can just create another part first. It will come out the body like this. You can see the body, different bodies. And let me hide this body. So when you export in the body, then you can actually create a component from the bodies. Let's say you right click. Let's say I do the mooncake. Right click and export, create a component from the bodies.
Okay.
Then you can have multiple parts in one component. This is about organization only. If you're not really doing it, this also can. But when you got a lot of parts, let's say you are doing a robot, so they got motor, you got arm, you got screw inside. If you don't do the component, you cannot know where is it. And one thing of good is for the component is after you got the component, you can do the assembly. That assembly is like here. They got join build. All these feature like motion link. Just now the gear two move together. This is the motion link, and then you got different things.
Okay.
So this is the cap. So this one I can move it away. It looked like 3D. Actually, it's just created from 2D. That's why the first one I say it is you need to learn how to break down the 3D parts to 2Ds. Then you can look into deep how the inside work, how the thing really help. Then you can just connect them together. Like all this side corner round is fine. Like this one, if I want to really finalize it, I can just adjust them. Let's say I adjust this one with moving down a little bit, then moving out back from the sketch. Basically just about the adjustment and the measurement. If you measure nice enough, it will be fit. Like this one just now, I just eyeball, so it not that accurate lah.
Bruce?
So, yep.
When you adjusting all these surfaces, would you consider is there a minimum thinness that 3D printer can handle? Like how many pixels? What is the minimum?
Yes, minimum for 3D printer actually, if you look about 3D printing, so the school, okay, let's say if one line, I would say 0.4 mm, and then the another one not limited. The limited is this. The thickness should be 0.4 mm minimum. And you take this size, you will take risk also because it may be too weak. So but something multiply more than 0.4 mm will be fine. The reason of this size is you will realize that one line from here And my printer setting is, let's say for my printer. So this one is printer setting. This nozzle size, printer setting here. Okay, the nozzle size, general. Where is it already? Here. No. Well, I forget where is it, but never mind. The idea is the nozzle, the printer nozzle is 0.4 mm. You cannot less than that. Let's say if you use a resin printer, then the pixel I will still suggest more than 0.2 mm. And then the size must be bigger than the pixel, 1 pixel for 4K screen. But you don't print something that you can't see for yourself. You need to at least at least 0.4 is very, very small already. You can't really see in sometimes. 0.2 is smaller. For my resin printer, it's 35 micron for the size. So the limitation, it will be 0.03. Exactly what size, what tolerance is depend on the machine actually. I saw one question. Can I say Fusion 360 is an engineering tools? Yes, you can say that. But artistic, I will say Maya also not that artistic. Let's say ZBrush, that one is more artistic and then all is sculpting. That one actually is called digital sculpting. For 3D modeling, they got different topic. Like they got 3D modeling, hard surface modeling, you got sculpting, and then you got mesh modeling. Mesh modeling is a very early stage. Like Maya, I think it's mesh modeling. It's just modeling all the square around, then you move them around to create a shape. And then Fusion 360 is more on the engineering tools, yes, because it's more accuracy and easier to set the size. And then you go to ZBrush or Blender or some other thing, you can use the pen like this to draw on top of that to sculpt the model out. It will be more on organic shape. So different scale on is different software can do different type of thing. And this one is the easiest one. Design rules check. Actually, yes. If you go to the design, you'll see manufacturing method, and you got a lot of setting here. For this software, the strongest part of the software is, let's say you do an L angle. For the bookshelf you plan to put on the wall, you can use a topology in this one to test how strong is it. You can test it before you build it. So that one is under testing. Tuning. That one I'm not really use it, but I did read some tutorial on that lah. This one can do animation also lah. You see, but I'm never do animation in here lah. But you can do motion link kind of thing in here. But you can normally manufacturing method is more important, like testing. What is the project testing? I forget already. So those things is not really daily use thing, but you can do the stress test, yes. Yes, you can do the stress test. I would suggest you to watch a tutorial from CNC Kitchen. He actually do one very nice video on how to do the stress test and the retopology it. You make a straight line like that, you can actually automatically help you to curve it down to minimize the material spending. But that one only for the additive manufacturer to build it, because normal traditional way we were not going to build like that. Okay, 12 o'clock now. How I think, are you hungry now? Bring some food to eat. Nah. Yes, Wing. Maya is animation. Animation can say like that lah. 3D Max is not, we maybe not call modeling, we call mesh modeling. It doesn't matter, but similar ideas. What we call is Maya sculpting. 3D Max is more on mesh modeling, and Fusion is 3D models for engineering, yes. And sometimes you will use Fusion to create some props in the movie, let's say gun, okay? That one is engineering models actually. So you can very easy to create in the Fusion 360, export it to 3D print and print it out. Or nowadays, sometimes you can save your time. You just go to online, found the template they have, then you can just build it out from it. Print some food to eat. Yeah, I got a mooncake now that you want to eat. Well, thank you. So I'm welcome to Grill Me in the WhatsApp. I think 12 o'clock now already. We had to stop it. If you got any interested to know any new topic, or you want to go dive into 3D model to 3D printing this and that, you can let me know. See, I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, and just interested and put a post and make an online course, and everyone seem like join. But seem like there is 40 over people register, only 10 people come out there. Okay, I will consider that again to do the next one, because if everyone just simply register without any putting effort on it, maybe next time I will charge for the class already. Well, just see how lah. Thank you for everyone joining me this tutorial. I hope everyone get something back. If you got created something interesting, remember to share with me. There's my good testimony in future. Thank you. And everyone can leave now. See you. Goodbye. And WhatsApp me if any problem. Bye.